Today is one of the most epic days that we will have in New Zealand. You've seen what is Black Labyrinth with its tubing along the caves and under the glowworms. You've seen what is Odyssey with Abseiling and flying foxes, where Black Abyss is a mix of the both in an epic journey through the cave.
So we put on our helmets and all the gear that we need, and we are ready to go.
The tour starts with a little bit of training where Emily, which is going to be our second guide, teaches us how to abseil. So she shows us how to use this weird clip that we have.
Once we get the hang of the training, me and Robin decide to race each other. Go! Because Robin is heavier than me, he gets down to the bottom of the abseil training section before me. That is the only reason why he wins. It is nothing to do with skill, just to make that clear.
So training is finished, we are ready to go. Laura is going down the hole first.
We know how to abseil now, we've had the training. It's time to do this 35-meter abseil. So Ems is at the top, strapping us up, you know, just double checking that we are all safe and secure. She says, sit down. In that moment, for some reason, I'm kind of like, freaking out. I'm a bit scared about what's about to occur here. So I lean back, let myself hang, and Ems is just like helping me. There's not much to it, just don't hold onto the rope too tight or get rope burn, and then you just slowly glide your way down at your own pace. It's like being swallowed up by a rock, and the rock's actually getting thinner. This part of the rock's called the throat, because it's like a throat. So get down to the bottom and Logan's like, woo, well done. And then we're now waiting for Robin to come down.
My balls. Damn, it's tight. Okay. Hello.
And when he gets to the bottom, his hands are just shaking.
Right now, you're going to follow this little line right here into the black, and we're going to clip you onto something, and then all you need to do is scream.
We start our journey through the cave. A couple of narrow passage, and then we arrive at the biggest flying fox in cave that I have ever seen in my life. It's ridiculous. It's really long. Basically, I can't see where I'm going because it's that long. Man, it's actually a lot of fun. It was really cool.
You just strap in and you're ziplining down into the unknown. All we have is our torchlight, and they switch all the other lights off for us, so we have no idea what we're ziplining into right now, but that's all the fun of it. There's a lot of black water rafting tubes about, so we must have to jump in the water from here. We have a huge jump to do. You don't really think you can screw this sort of thing up. I mean, you just jump face first, holding onto your rubber ring, but
She wasn't holding your tube, the very thing that was going to keep her alive, and she let it go.
so we're told by our guides that actually when the water level is this high, this is where the fun starts. This is when the water level is high enough to have some crazy black water rafting, which is what we are in for today.
Chocolate or the camera?
Chocolate. So Logan has a backpack and I have a backpack. Laura doesn't have a backpack because we didn't need to carry that many things. And off we go. There's quite a few sections where we're gonna get off the tube and start walking or kind of running in the water, you know, to warm up. We did float with and without the tube, you know, depending on what kind of section we were on. And we arrived down a little area with a massive amount of glowworms. You know, we've been to all the other caves with a lot of glowworms, but this one is by far my favorite.
So we're running through, we're getting like a little bit cold, so we're just like keep moving to keep the energy up and to get our blood pumping and be warm. And then we get to a point where apparently there's a slide underneath a waterfall, which we can barely see until I look over. Logan says to us, I would recommend the safest way to do this is to go feet first. And this is the second time I screw up my Black Water Rafting capabilities.
It's safer feet first. Like, once the current had me, I was like, I could just go with it.
Do you want any more safety briefings? So that you can do the other way?
This was one of the funniest things I have seen in years.
And then next we are making our way downstream. Now the current has picked up quite a bit, like I said, because the water level is a lot higher, and we are floating downstream real fast.
Now we don't have the tube anymore because we left them somewhere. I don't know, I can't remember right now what we've done with the tube, but we left them about 5 minutes ago somewhere. So Logan is just going in the water, putting his feet up and saying, no matter what, you're gonna float, just go. And up, you know, we're just going down there and we're just floating. Ooh. So Laura is just behind me trying to pass me, like, you know, kind of like always a bit of a competition right here. And yeah, just going through the cave network like that, kind of floating. That's one of the advantages to have that much water in the cave, is that basically almost every section can be just floated instead of walked through. One of the disadvantages is that yeah, you become lazy and you don't move enough and you may get cold. But yeah, we're not really lazy, we always compete.
And then there's a lot of sections where we need to scramble our way through the water. It's like a lot of rapids going on, high water level, as I've said a million times. So yeah, I'm just floating down the water, scrambling over the rapids. It's really, yeah, it's quite tough, but we still managed to do it, and it's really fun just lolloping about in the water. And then we get to a section where Logan stops us and he says, right,
From everything we've done today, if it's that much of the cave, entrance, exit, we are here. Right here. Yeah. Except we've got this to do. Yeah. So we're going through there, and then we're going up. Yeah. There are 3 waterfalls. You can't see or hear anything but loud crashing water.
and of course, like right behind him, we can just hear the gushing of the waterfalls, and we understand like that water is going to be pretty intense today. So we crawl through a tiny little space, just like squeezing it. Like you can't believe you're doing it really. You're just like, what am I doing? Why am I here in this cave? Squeezing through the smallest spaces when the water level's like massively high, and oh well, that's New Zealand.
Hold your breath and duck under into the next room.
What? No.
No. No. We're gonna climb.
Oh my gosh, where are we going? And we're literally going to go climb through the waterfall and into a small chamber. There's almost no places where you actually can see where you're going. So if this guy is not here, we have no idea how to get home. So it's pretty epic. He's kind of holding onto the both side of the waterfall, and he's like, okay, put your feet here, put your feet there, put your hand here, put your hand there, pull forward. Then it's kind of like helping you a bit, pushing and like, you know, telling you what to put the feet and what to do that. And then pull the legs, pull these legs, push, tight, do this, do that. I mean, if you've ever been to boot camp, don't try boot camp with Logan, because this is literally what we're doing right now. Go harder, push, challenge yourself, go here. And he's like yelling at you because obviously it's middle of a massive waterfall, right? So you push harder, pull on your arm, push on your legs. You know, it's giving you very specific instruction, and you know if you're not doing it, you're hurting yourself, because with this amount of water, you let go, you falling down, you fall on Logan, Logan's fall on Laura, and everybody get hurt.
That's insane. It's awesome.
Probably the craziest section of the whole tour is getting up these waterfalls. There's that final tunnel until we get to daylight. We can see daylight just in the corner, and Logan goes up ahead and turns around to watch us coming towards him, and it's just all the rapids, and we're just like fighting the rapids to get out of the water, and then finally we emerge back into daylight once again. Yeah, back into the forest, back into daylight, just like, oh, that was madness, that was crazy. That was so cool.
Hey.